This morning, I'd like to present the American Legion's Distinguished Public Service Award to Congressman Raul Ruiz. But first, let me tell you about him and why he has earned such an award. Congressman Raul Ruiz is the son of a migrant farm workers and is a first-generation American who grew up in California's Coachella Valley. After graduating magna cum laude from UCLA, he went on to become the first Latino to receive 3 graduate degrees from Harvard, Masters of Public Policy and Public Health, and a Doctor of Medicine. He then used his credentials abroad in Mexico, El Salvador, and Haiti. In 2012, he received the Commander's Award for Public Service from the United States Army's 82nd Airborne Division for his humanitarian efforts for the victims of the 2010 Haiti earthquake. At home, he started a pre-med mentorship program for young students and founded the Coachella Valley Healthcare Initiative, which works to expand healthcare access and education. As a member of Congress, he is known for utilizing his experience and expertise as an emergency doctor to advocate for veterans' health care. Last year, he introduced the Presumptive Benefits for Warfighters Exposed to Burn Pits and Other Toxins Act, which was included in the final version of the PACT Act and added 11 presumptive conditions to this bill. He also has been a leader in helping deported veterans return to the United States. American Legion family, it is my pleasure to welcome and present the American Legion's 2022 Distinguished Public Service Award to the Honorable Representative Raul Ruiz.
The Distinguished Public Service Award presented to the Honorable Raul Ruiz, 25th Congressional District of California, U.S. House of Representatives. In recognition of your distinguished public service career and commitment to the welfare of America's veterans and their families. Throughout your service to America, you have repeatedly demonstrated special regard for our nation's veterans. Your medical expertise and steadfast dedication were essential to improving the lives of veterans and those currently serving. Your committed advocacy on behalf of veterans exposed to toxins during service was crucial in the final passage of the Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson's Honoring Our PAC Act. Through your leadership, you have significantly improved the lives of service members, veterans, and their families. Presented in Washington, D.C., February 28, 2023.
Hello, good morning. How are you today? It's so wonderful to be here with all of you. And thank you for having me. As many of you know, I'm Congressman Dr. Raul Ruiz. I'm an emergency medicine physician, public health expert, and I serve as the representative of California's great 25th district in sunny Southern California. Thank you. I'm so honored to be here today and to accept the American Legion's National Commander's Distinguished Public Service Award. I'm truly humbled to receive this recognition. And really, from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for this honor, your shared commitment to our nation's veterans, and most especially for your service to our nation. Over the years, it has been a great pleasure to work with many of you in this room to secure the recognition, benefits, and care our nation's veterans have earned, deserve, and need. While there is more work to do, it has been with your leadership that we have made great progress, especially for our veterans and service members who have been exposed to burn pits and other toxins during their military service. The Honoring Our PACT Act is now the law of the land because of you. And this is a great victory that we share together because of the leadership and advocacy of the American Legion. And the American Legion veterans from all across the country have fought over the years to move this legislation forward, including the local veterans in my own district. So I'm going to take personal privilege here and give a shout out to the American Legion post in my district, Post 25 in El Centro, Post 53 in Hemet, Post 90 in Calexico, Post 135 in Calipatria, Post 428 in Banning, Post 597 in Brawley, Post 39 in Indio, and I just recently lost in my district, but they will never be lost in my heart, Post 519 in Palm Springs, California. So you see, you're well represented in California's 25th district. And with their voices, with your voices, and our collaboration, we celebrate this shared achievement together. And together we celebrate and honor the stories, heroism, and sacrifice of veterans who have inspired us all along the way. Veterans like my constituent from Cathedral City, Jennifer Kepner, an Air Force medic from my district who was exposed to burn pits while she served in Balad Air Force Base in Iraq. You see, I met her in 2017. She was a healthy mother of two who developed pancreatic cancer at the age of 37, despite no prior family history of the disease. Before her death, Jennifer asked me to fight for veterans like her who have been exposed to burn pits, which she called the Agent Orange of our generation. And I promised her at her kitchen table when we met that I would fight for her and other veterans who had been denied their benefits due to their exposure to burn pits. And now, thank you. And now, under the leadership of many people in this room, especially House Veterans Affairs Committee Ranking Member Mark Takano, who you just heard from, and also Senator Tester, who is the chairman on the Senate side, the Honoring Our Pact Act is law. And now veterans like Jennifer Kepner and families like hers will be able to receive the benefits and care that they need. So with my bipartisan legislation with Representative Fitzpatrick, Senator Gillibrand, Senator Rubio, and countless VSOs, including John Stewart and John Phil, the Presumptive Benefits for Warfighters Exposed to Burn Pits and Other Toxins Act included veterans suffering from over 23 different illnesses and cancers can now receive treatment and care without facing an arduous process from the VA. Presumptive benefits, in fact, thank you. You see, presumptive benefits are the heart and soul of this law. And I'm so thankful to have had advocates like the American Legion by my side pushing for these veterans throughout this entire journey. So it has truly been together that we have achieved the most expansive access to care for veterans in generations. Now, thanks to Jennifer and all of you and veterans across the country, over 3.5 million veterans and their families will be positively impacted by this legislation. Their pain and suffering will be reduced because they will be able to receive health care, and their spouses and their families will be taken care of. This historic law will make a monumental difference in the lives of our nation's veterans, and thanks to you. However, our work is not done. Now we must end the use of burn pits once and for all so that future generations of service members won't have to face the same public health crisis as our Vietnam and Gulf War veterans have, exposed veterans have. And likewise, we still have work ahead of us to ensure that we protect our non-citizen veterans who, after fighting for our country, still face the dangers of deportation and being separated from their families and communities. I believe that if you fight and risk your life for our country, you should stay in our country. That is why, as chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus last Congress, I led the caucus in support of Chairman, now Ranking Member Mark Takano's Veteran Service Recognition Act to prevent the deportation of non-citizen service members and give them due process in America and a fair shot at a pathway to citizenship. With the Congressional Hispanic Caucuses and your support, this passed the House last Congress. And while we are still working hard to bring this legislation to President Biden's desk, together with the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and the Department of Defense, we brought forward the initiative to support non-citizen service members, veterans, and immediate family members. This new portal ensures that veterans and their family members get the assistance and direction that they need when their immigration cases, when they need it. So while ultimately the issue of deported veterans will require a legislative fix, with advocates like you, we are making progress. And if there's one thing I know after passing the PACT Act, it's that if we keep reaching across the aisle, if we keep working together, and yes, if we keep making a whole lot of noise, we can achieve a future that is free from burn pits and where veterans don't have to face unnecessary roadblocks to getting the benefits and care that they've already earned. So let's continue our work together to honor our nation's veterans, not just with words or platitudes, but with pragmatic action to improve their lives. So I am so grateful to each and every one of you for your partnership, and I could not be more honored to receive this incredible recognition. In fact, on the drive here, I was just thinking of my aunts and uncles who served either as spouses or as veterans or service members, and how a kid who grew up in a trailer park with farm worker community, with farm worker parents, is standing here before you, the Great American Legion, a national organization for doing a little piece and changing the course of history for our veterans who have been denied their justice and being exposed to burn pits and other toxins. And so I thank you for this great honor. Know that you truly have a friend, an advocate, and a champion in me. Thank you very much.